If you're fed up of seeing ads targeted to you that you don't really have an interest in, you can change all this by reviewing your ad preferences and telling Facebook what it is you're prepared to allow and what you don't want to share. Here's how. So here I am in my own personal newsfeed. I can see an advert there. Flevy, a product that I've used before. And I could choose to hide that advert, report it, ask why I'm seeing it. But in some ways it's better to take a look at your overall ad preferences first and set the boundaries for these ads. So go to the top right hand corner and select Settings. Then select Ads. And you can see the ad preferences here. So first thing we'll look at is your interests. So what have you clicked on, whether that's business, in the area of news and entertainment. Here's some examples there. You may have liked the pages, you may have clicked on things. Some of these sections may not apply to you, so you can just say, no, I'm not interested. Video games, maybe I've liked at some stage, but you can soon narrow it down. So worth going through all these different categories. There's quite a few there on the page you can go through. Next up, advertisers and business. You may have responded to a Facebook ad and added your name to a list. And there's some examples here of sites you may have signed up for. You can go through to these and see what controls there are. Next up, the information you're prepared to share, and there's the about you stuff. So stuff like your marital status, your job role. You may or may not choose to include them in how people narrow down their adverts. So I think the less of those you fill out, the better really in most cases. And finally, the ad settings. So you register your accounts with these Facebook apps that use Facebook. They get your data. How are they allowed to use that? Can they target ads to you? If you're happy to do that and mean you get a tailored solution, you can say allowed. So you click on it, go down here and say allowed. But if you're not going to share that information, just set it to not allowed. Also based on Facebook company products you see elsewhere. So anywhere that uses the advertising services of Facebook, you can make them slightly more personalized, etc. But again, you can say not allowed. And finally, if you click on something, liked a page, etc., then your friends will get to know that. It will say Paul Wilson likes this, or whoever you are. And you can change that by setting it to either only my friends or no one if you don't want to share it with anyone, what products you're interested in. And there's certain ad topics that you can hide. So for example, alcohol, you might not want to see anything on that topic. And at the end there you can see how Facebook ads work. You can go through a whole lot more information about how it works and how best to understand what information you should tell Facebook to make sure your experience is the way you'd want it to be. If we have a look finally at what it looks like in the 2020 interface, I'll switch it to the new Facebook view and you'll see essentially the same ad preferences section. You can find that by going to Settings and Privacy, Settings, and then going down to Ads on the left hand side. So really a lot of good information on there. It's worth taking the time to go through it, suiting it to your own personal experience, and then have a look to see what happens in terms of the newsfeed. Are you seeing less of the ads that don't really interest you at all? Obviously, you can go to each individual ad and say, I don't want to see it. Why am I seeing this? And that helps as well, but it's nice to have the overall thing set up here. So that's it from me. I'm Paul from PR Wilson Media, your social media personal trainer. Cheers.